Good afternoon. Welcome to Warrior Wednesday.
Hi.
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 So,
Hello.
I don't know what is the proper protocol and do this. Sometimes people sit and wait for people to
I don't
show
like that.
up.
I think that's annoying.
They're like, all right, so we'll just sit around and wait for people to catch on. We've waited now 20 seconds.
It's too long.
That's too long. Oh, someone joined, whatever that means. All right. Oh, and there they went. All right, so there we go. So this will be a short conversation. Good morning, Gina. How are you?
Hello,
Emily. So this was just a short thing, and if you notice in the title, it's Warrior Wednesday. So I thought a fitting conversation would be about being a warrior and slaying dragons. And the question is, where's the dragon? Where is the dragon? So if anyone has some suggestions as to where do you find the dragon to slay, we'd be
like, what is your
Brian.
dragon? Well, where's your dragon? What do you mean?
Yeah, or both. What and where?
Okay.
Because so many times, people get into this thing that they're going out to slay dragons.
Oh yeah.
And what's so interesting is they're not out there, are they? The real dragon is what's going on inside. The real dragon is that inner dialogue, is that story that we tell, that we're so busy telling the story about how we can't slay the dragons or about how we're slaying the dragons. We're actually feeding the very dragon that we are trying to slay out there, if that makes sense.
What's your dragon you're trying to slay?
My personal?
Yeah. Your
Well,
personal
I
dragon.
presume for everybody, it's that inner voice, those conversations that sort of take you out of the game a little bit, that, it's all about the mindset. That's why I created the Strategic Emotional Mastery program, because I was looking for strategies to slay the inner dragon, the voice that says, you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not funny enough, they'll never go for that, who's going to buy that, why bother, this is stupid.
Well, you're not funny enough one.
Or the...
Might be. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that just happened.
I mean, not all of those are dragons. Okay, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm the
in our
straight
family,
man.
Yeah, the running joke in our. Why is this eyebrow run amok? Okay, where's it going?
Where do you want it to go?
I want it to go on my face like I drew it this morning. However, it's not staying put.
Kids.
No, the joke in our family is that, like, I always tease you saying you're not funny, but you are funny. You are funny, but that's the joke, is that I'm the funny one and you're not the funny one.
See, funny. That was funny. Well, it's
every time we're around our comedian friends, though, I always find like when you're around comedian friends, you try to be like, not just you, but we all try to be funnier than we naturally are. And it's like, you could just tell every time we're around one of our friends, it's like that. They're like, leave the jokes.
Well,
they kind of get annoyed. Hi, Deb. Hi, Ben.
I'm sure Tommy's not watching.
Love you
but
too.
If you go to my site, revolutionarygrowth.tv, you could see the interview did with Tommy Savitt, the Tommy Llama. And when we were done, we went out to we went out to lunch, and he was like, "Stop trying to be funny.
You're not a comedian,
I'm the funny guy. Like,
I'm
you
the
can't
comedian."
outdo ridiculous."
Right.
And he's ridiculous, but we do that.
I don't know why that is.
Well, because it's fun. Because because the same reason why
brings it out in you.
Yeah, but how many of us had this happen where you hang out with someone kind of down, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then you kind of go, "Oh crap, I don't want to be kind of down," but then the energy comes down, and then you try and change their state, and then they don't like it, and then you start getting upset with yourself for trying to change their state, and then you shoot them.
Well, and then you kill them. Yeah. What was my dragon today? My dragon was patience this morning on the racquetball court, right? You're trying to teach me how to play racquetball, which is really a fool's game. I mean, there's a lot of yourself.
No, there's a lot of life lessons.
I mean, like life lessons, like you hurt yourself and you don't even realize, you know what I mean? Like you're the
get out of the way of the ball.
Problem. Yeah, get out of the way. But patience was it. So like, I'm just learning the rules of this game, and the ball comes at me, and I'm like, I want to whack it off the back of the glass. Whack it off the back of the glass. And you're like, honey, let it go, let it bounce. and like it'll come back and position itself perfectly so that you can hit it. What is happening? This is just
can't work in these conditions.
I know. And it'll go, and if you just let it. And I think that is the nature of everything in life, is like patience. It's like we want the results now. We want everything right now. And I know a lot of my friends in business talk about this all the time. Well, Frank Kern talks about this all the time on his, is like people are playing the short game. They want to make the quick buck. They want to like have everything resolved now, but your life is a long game.
Yeah.
It's the long game, right? And
thanks, Tom.
And having Doug is funny and witty. Okay. Well, you know, I mean, like your friends are like, Tom's like, I got your back, Doug. Like I'm like the evil wife going, no, I mean, come on. Who has your back the most? Tell Tom.
Tom. Funny. So go ahead about patience in business.
So yeah, well, patience in business, or patience in your relationship. It's like, you know, you're a farmer in your own life, and you know, farmer approaches life with patience, right? They understand there's a time to plant, but you don't plant and immediately reap the harvest. You plant, and then you defend the crop you've planted, and you water it, and you weed it, and you do all these things. And I think sometimes when people come in, you know, they just want everything to radically shift right away. And it does, right? Things do change when you take massive action. Things want to start to change, but really, if you want lasting change in your life and you want real results, you have to be a farmer in your own life. You have to sow the seeds repeatedly every spring, not just once in a while, but all the time. And
also
weed your garden all the time.
Yeah.
And
the idea of the internal dragons that we're slaying, oftentimes we'll have a good day or a good moment, and then go, well, it should be like that forever.
Well, and then again, it's like not expecting there to be a winter.
Right.
When everything dries and everything dies, and need clarification between patience and sitting back and then not taking what is handed to you.
Little more context would be helpful, but sitting back and then not taking what is handed to you. Interesting. Meaning,
you mean stand up and not taking what's handed to you? You mean be patient for things to turn around in your own life? That's what I'm going to hallucinate that you mean, Deb, if it doesn't clarify. But the difference between having patience for things to change or just not taking it anymore.
Right. Okay.
And, you know, I think, I know for me, that answer is very simple. It's when I'm expecting other people to change. If it's me, then I have all the patience in the world as long as I'm doing what I need to be doing. But if I'm expecting somebody else to do something, or they're going to change their behavior so I can be happy, or they're going to finally get their shit together, or whatever it is, so then finally I can like be who I need to be, or if that's a relationship or in business or a job or anything like that, you'll be waiting forever. Farmer can expect growing or buy Miracle Grow. Yeah. And Miracle Grow is coaching.
Yeah.
You know, Miracle Grow is investing in yourself and doing what you need.
That's right. Because that's
successful.
additional. You have what's available to you, and then you have to go out and seek the additional sort of supercharger. So exactly, coaching, any sort of personal growth. I mean, even just like reading a good book, as opposed to like, you know, development, as opposed to watching like reality TV.
Well, I happen to like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, that's all right.
Good morning, Rachel. Your little girl is so cute. And I have to tell you, Elavie is obsessed with death, dying. She talks about it all the time. And I don't know if she's like, if this is really part of her destiny or her legacy to really be like one of these people. No, like more a mortician, more like a medium. I don't know, but she talks about it all the time. And she was like, Mommy, the other day, she was like, when you die, I know this is irrelevant, has nothing to do with anything. I'm just telling you about it because it was interesting. And we don't have these times where we just come on here and talk to you guys and catch up. But she was like talking about how when you die, does your body die? And I said, yeah, your body dies. And she says, okay, so your body dies. I said, yeah. I said, but your spirit lives. And she said, well, where's your spirit? And I said, well, your spirit's kind of in your heart, and that lives forever. And she said, well, you come back. Well, we die at the same time. And I said, well, I don't know, honey. I don't think we'll die. I think I'll die before you. And she said, well, will you come back? And I said, my body won't come back, but I'll come back as a blue butterfly. And you'll know it's me because you'll always see blue butterflies. And then the other day we were watching a movie, and she said, we were watching Maleficent, and she said, Mommy, she said, I love those wings. And I said, I love those wings too. I said, I wish I had some of those. And she said, I wish I had some too. And then she said, Mommy, maybe when we die, we'll get some. Is that weird? Is that crazy? I know that has nothing to do with anything. I just found it so interesting that this is like in her mind and in her brain and in her
Out of the mind and mouths of
right?
babes.
It's so interesting. It's really interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is a little weird. We're going to Disney this weekend for Not So Scary Halloween. And I was going to dress up this year. I was going to dress up, but decided against it because I had this giant dress.
Like, had a huge bell.
I was going to be like
poof.
Cinderella this year because LAV really wanted me to be a princess. And it was like a Cinderella thing. But I could imagine walking through Disney with this giant ass big thing walking through. And like the moms would probably be like, oh, okay, you have to dress up. You know, because some people are judgy about that kind of stuff, right?
What?
Rachel, Doug, I've been wanting to tell you the story of the guy that goes to heaven and isn't supposed to touch that one door. I love that story. I know a few people it would be good for. Okay, can you tell the story of the don't touch the door? Don't go through that door.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then we'll probably have to leave on that. So one day, this guy John dies, and he gets up to heaven, and who greets him at heaven? In heaven, who greets him at the pearly gates?
I don't know the Catholic rules.
It's not rules. It's St. Peter.
Okay.
St. Peter's
I don't
like,
know these things.
John, what's going on? Come on in. Welcome to heaven. Before you get in, though, we've got to give you the ground rules. Heaven is better than you can imagine. Everything tastes better. Everything smells better because you don't have like your body to slow down all that stuff. So it's like you just experience it deeply, and your eyes see things beyond because you're seeing vibration. So it's just the most amazing thing ever. You in fact have your own soundtrack. So if you guys remember Family Guy, when when Peter Griffin wished to have his own theme music, so he had that. So it's all amazing. So there's only one rule. And that one rule is you can't go through this one door. There's one door in the corner. So at first, John has no problem. He's like, yeah, this is amazing. And he's seeing his old friends, and they've got wings and all that. And it's all amazing, brilliant. He loved it. And he avoided the door for a while. But as he took more of heaven in, he started to get closer and closer to the door. And then, well, curiosity gets him a little bit. He sees the doors open a crack, and kicks it open, and then as soon as he walks through the precipice, the colors disappear, the sounds go away, his theme music changed to nothing, and it was this giant room. So have you ever seen what was that, Men in Black, when they kicked open the locker room door, right, and that one door opened up into like another universe? You didn't see that?
I don't remember.
So anyway, he kicks open the door. It's like opens it all up, and it looked like also the inside of the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they hid the Ark. And inside is all these boxes, and these little boxes, and square boxes, and trapezoid boxes, and they're all different sizes, big and small. And then he notices that there's writing on each of the boxes, and then he notices that the writing were the names of people he saw up in heaven. And then he noticed that there were dates on there, beginning and expiry date. So then he begins to wonder, well, for all these people that I've seen up here in heaven, their boxes are in here. I must have a box. So he starts looking around for his box. He finally comes across, he finds his box, and he's standing over it, and he's curious. He's like, he was wondering, like, what's in the box? And as he's standing there, it's like, bam, out of nowhere, St. Peter pops up. And it was like, John, what the H? One rule. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's like all embarrassed, and he's, just kind of like freaking out a little. And St. Peter's like, no, hold on. You can open it. All right. But before you open it, I have one thing I got to tell you. I got to tell you what's in the box and what's going to happen. He said, inside this box is every laugh you lost, every smile you missed out on, every opportunity for joy, for bliss, every opportunity that would have given you everything you ever wanted in your life. Everything you missed is inside that box. And when you open that box, you are going to experience and feel the regret, the pain of every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, the regret, one on top of the other, and those are going to be piling up. And you will then live the rest of eternity in the regret of who you could have been, what you could have done. That will be your hell. Do you still want to open the box? Now, the question is, do you? And then if you don't, and if you want to create a life that is so incredible, so rich, so vivid, so amazing that you won't even have much in that box would be so small and meaningless because you would have lived such an incredible life, that's why you stay in contact with us. That's why you join whatever programs we have going on. Any opportunity that you have, our goal is to support you to create such an amazing, incredible life that you're taking advantage of every opportunity for laughter, for love, for joy, for bliss, for peace, for anything that brings you beautiful states, anything that brings you happiness and joy. So I hope that was the story you were speaking of. And that was it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, welcome back, Sal.
Okay, Rachel. So, good. I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you heard that story again.
Good. Glad it was that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So with that being said, we got to run. Just wanted to check in.
We're going to do live videos from Disney, I think. Just
we'll
to hang out with you guys and visit, because I feel like we haven't caught up. We've been doing a lot of teaching lately. I had my Teaching Tuesday yesterday and
Momentum Monday.
But we haven't really just like hung, you know what I mean? And just like chit-chatted and see what's going on with you guys. So that's really what I want to be doing. Love you too. Genuinely. Thank you, Doug.
Thanks,
hey, Russ.
What's going on, Russ?
Sorry I didn't get to see you in New York. Next time we come, Christmas maybe, right? Maybe we'll all get together.
Yeah,
that'd be
we'll
awesome.
do that.
Yeah.
So I got to run. I have a meeting to go to, but yeah, we'll see you. Oh, by the way, if you're in South Florida, we have.
I know, right? I mean, exciting.
Oh, no, so that's not good. It got to go the other way. Oh, boy.
That's his radio voice. Can you do your radio voice? Because, listen, this is good for hypnosis and other things. I like it. Can you do it?
I'm not really sure what you want me to say in the radio voice. You should start your daily vlogging. Oh, there you go. Well, we sort of do, don't we? So South Florida friends, tomorrow night in Boca at Uzo Bay, we're going to have fun. We're going to do a networking / training.
And I don't like networking events, but I'm going to this one to support my hubs.
Well, it's actually going to be interesting. We're going to start
out.
And
my friend Nava's going, who I really want to see.
Oh, awesome. So they're going to go in, you're going to go into, to the place and get a drink or whatever. And then we're pretty quickly going to move over into the other room and start the evening mostly with the training. So that the rest of the night with the tools that they will experience and unpack, they'll be able to utilize.
Are you going to do like a hypnosis or like a group?
Not as far as they know. So yeah, with that being said, we love you for who you are and who you aren't. If this was helpful, please share. If you have any questions, please send them to us and we'll be more than happy to all right, Deb, we're done. We'll see you kids later. Love you.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.